And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. I want to be a vessel for love. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love and care and concern. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
Hey guys, that was the speech from last night too, and it was after the slap. And I hate to say it, guys, in my opinion, I've been watching a lot of people talk about it, Abba and Preach, a few other people, and you know, even guys like Doomcock, and these guys are geeks, talk about comic book movies. You know, there's a lot of things going on with Will Smith deep inside. If you listen to what he said about taking slings and arrows and insults, this is going beyond what happened last night. It has a lot to do with Jada, her past entanglements. It probably goes way back to Tupac, and then August, this guy that she was seeing, and the public embarrassment on her red pill, whatever she called that program she had, where she embarrassed him on TV. That look on his face he had, I know you guys remember that, when she was talking about that thing she had with him, and how she was trying to normalize that when it was breaking his heart. And Will comes off like a beta in a way, you know, simp-like almost. And, you know, this is going beyond, even though, you know, it happened the way it happened, and Chris Rock, this is not the first time Chris Rock actually cracked jokes on Jada. It's not the first time. And people think they're friends. I don't think they're friends. I don't think they're buddies, nothing like that. I don't think they like each other, or at least as far as from Mr. Smith's point of view. But the thing that gets me is that underlying all this, it's an attack on comedians, honestly. If you can't take criticism, and it isn't even a bad criticism. When you talk about G.I. Jane, it's a joke. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch people getting roasted on television. And even though this is not the same contents where you're sitting there and knowing getting roasted, but you also at an Oscar award special that the host goes after everybody in the crowd all the time. That's been done throughout memoriam. When I was a little kid, watching comedians go after celebrities all the time. I mean, Don Rickles used to just rip into people. I mean, mercilessly. Don Rickles used to rip you know what, assholes out of people all the time, and didn't give a F. Didn't. And they knew when he got on stage, look out, here it comes. So now with this culture of woke, you know, people are too sensitive, guys like Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, pretty much George Carlin, all these guys that we like, and, you know, Patrice O'Neal, you know, a lot of these guys are gone, especially when it comes to George and Patrice. But if they were around now, you know, their medium is under attack. Now, they're normalizing guys for people to get up there and hit on people if they don't happen to like or agree with what they said. And then Will and Jada is so disconnected from it. He done cracked plenty of jokes in his time, like I said last night. Plenty in his own time. Now, the problem with this is that people are trying to defend it and say, oh, he's defending his wife, blah, 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 blah. And I told you last night, the best way he could have did that, he could have stood up, said what he said, grabbed this girl's hand and walked out. If he didn't do what I said last night, where he went up and talked to the dude and asked for a public apology, he could have got up, said what he had to say, leave, and say, F you, blah, blah, blah. I don't appreciate what you said. F you, and the horse you rode in, grabbed Jada's hand and left. Didn't accept nothing. Let them send the Oscar trophy to my house. That'd have made a big statement about how he feels about things. But no, he played the game, sat up there and cried his little crocodile tears, and, you know, said he wants to be an ambassador of peace. But you're in the public eye, dude. You're going to get criticized. You put your whole personal life out there to be criticized anyway, for laundry. You don't want people talking about you. Keep your shit indoors. Huh? Isn't that a good idea? Have your wife stop putting your personal stuff out in the streets. I know you haven't been on the streets in so many years. Well, I mean, you're so far removed from the Fresh Prince times, or when you was rapping, you know, doing your little summertime songs. You're far removed from that. You're not that person anymore. And the fact that, you know, you sitting up here and saying this and boo-hoo that and boo-hoo this. We got gas prices going through the roof. We got potential food shortages that may happen. And we're worried about how you feel about your wife and her alopecia. We understand that's something, but it's not cancer. She's not at stage 4 cancer. She's dying. You know, she got 2 weeks to live or some crazy thing. You know, there are people dealing with it all the time. I'm just going to quote from Hopper and Preach. There's dudes who are bald that can't grow hair back and is supremely embarrassed by the fact, supremely embarrassed by the fact that they have to walk around being bald. And men wear wigs, men use hair care and aftercare products and freaking products they find off infomercials, just like they said, trying to grow hair back. But boo-hoo for men, oh, tough titty for you. But they try to say she's brave, and this is why I'm saying, when the wheel comes back around to you, Will, or you, Jada, when you make a comment off color, whatever, and then the righteous, you know, left people come after you, how will you feel? And it's these guys that always say, oh, peace and love, want you to fall off a cliff. It's usually hand in hand. You know, the ones that sit back and want their own little nice little neat little quiet little space are the ones that are the most violent deep down inside. So, you know, it's really a trip. And to sit up here and say that, dude, you need therapy. You need some help. You need to sit down with somebody and, you know, keep your crap home. You know, I seen her up there smiling because you stood up there and you did that. You built yourself up to a certain status. And it had nothing to do with your wife. You earned yourself and crawled from the bottom to make yourself the superstar you are now. And you're letting these little petty things mess you up. And what is the common denominator in that? And I'm not going to mention it because you know who's the common denominator in this. But you should sit down and have a long conversation with each other. If you can't take that kind of comments, stay off the streets. Simple as that. Stay out these public spaces. Don't put yourself out there for ridicule. And that be that. Because you can't sit up here on one hand, put all your dirt on the street, and then wonder why people's calling it what it is. Simply can't do it, bro. If I go to work and I talk about my personal life, I'm going to get attacked. You know, I get attacked all the time, just by my mouth. On here on YouTube, I had people insult me about my mouth, my teeth. I don't give a flying. It doesn't bother me because it is what it is. You know, people going to insult you. That's just the way it is in the world. You know, you got to be able to take it. and be the better person and just shake it off. Like, honey, it's BS. He's just being Chris. I'll have a conversation with him later. And simple as that. Handle it privately. But that explosion, you got people thinking it's fake. You think it's staged. You got people thinking all these other kind of crazy stuff on every platform. I mean, people, Guardian, this, that, BitChute, Deep State. They doing everything about all this. When it comes down to just you, your wife, and all this nonsense that you put out there, and that energy you put out there into the universe. This is why you reap innocent, because all this energy putting out there. No, this energy putting out the after speech. We now are gonna have comedians that are gonna have big problems with just going out there and doing a set. Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, they're like, oh my God, this just became hard. Because now I can't even crack jokes because I don't know who's gonna get fired up over it. So guys, I just want to get on here and just say my little thoughts. If you have any comments, please, drop them down on the bottom, and we'll deal with it in due time. I'll go back to my regular format and do reaction videos. This is a reaction video, but I just wanted to put it out there and let me know what you guys feel about the situation. And whatever comments come over this line here, I will respond to. So thank you. To your left will be our archive videos. And thank you for coming, and please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So have a good time, everybody. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.